Maine is known for its many natural treasures. The people of Maine fish for lobster, dig for clams, harvest potatoes, blueberries, gather lumber, and more. Mainers know how to work hard off of the land to harvest what's in season. In the wintertime, that includes collecting the tips of our native fragrant balsam trees. Tips are gathered for creating beautiful fresh decorations for the holidays. From wreaths to kissing balls, garland, and more, this long-standing tradition continues today at the Sprague's Wreath Shop. Some of our best wreath makers have literally been working in this business since they could stand. In 2012, here at Sprague's Wreath Shop, they made approximately 2,500 12-inch wreaths, and over 5,000 wreaths and other decorations total. Today we're going to teach you this tradition of wreath making and hope that it's one you'll share with your family and friends. Materials needed. Wreath rings. We're going to show you how to build a wreath on a 12-inch crimped ring, which will make the finished product approximately 22 inches wide. Spool of wire. We use steel wire because it's nice and strong and won't snap or break while wrapping up your wreath. Balsam tips. We get our tips brought to us locally, and they arrive on a stick, as you can see here. They're called tips because it's literally the tip of the balsam branch. You will need approximately 4 to 5 pounds of tips to make a 12-inch wreath. The tips we use are approximately the length of your fingertip to your elbow. You can gather tips yourself or just pick up a bundle of them here at Sprague's Nursery. We're going to refer to a piece of balsam as a hand because it spreads out like a hand. Take a hand of balsam and break it so it's about 6 to 8 inches long for this wreath. Larger wreaths will require longer balsam hands. To start, fasten your wire to the wreath ring by wrapping it around tightly a few times. When doing this, we find it's best to unwrap the wire over the top of the spool. This will make it a little easier to wrap around your tips. Now you're going to start wiring the balsam hands on. Collect about 4 to 5 hands of balsam in a little bunch. Make sure to place the best looking brush in front of the bunch. Wrap the wire tightly around the stem of the hands. The second bunch of brush you wire on is going to lay exactly on top of the first bunch. Now flip your wreath over. When you do this, if the wire is on the right side, the spool should be on the outside of the wreath ring, and when it's on the left side, the spool should be inside the wreath ring. Here's a helpful tip. You want to try to curve the needles of the balsam stems down around the woody part of it to camouflage the stem of your balsam hand as you wrap it with wire. When looking for a quality bunch of brush, you can look at the shape of the individual balsam tips. When they're more round and full, it's going to create a fuller wreath and allow you to use less brush to achieve the desired look. Try to avoid the pieces that are flat, as you can see here. Keep wiring more bunches on, flipping the wreath over after each one until the wreath is full and you're nearing where you began. At this point, you'll have to carefully bend forward the first set of tips you wired on in order to fill in the gap. Take care when wiring your tips on at this point as to not trap the pre-existing tips when you wrap the spool of wire around. To finish it off, you wrap your wire around a few extra times and just tug as hard as it takes to break the wire off. After this step, you'll want to tuck in the excess wire into the wreath seam. Now look at your gorgeous wreath. Find some awesome stuff to decorate it with. Possibilities are just endless, and they smell wonderful. Come see us at Sprague's Nursery for your wreath making needs, or pick up a fresh balsam wreath. Thank you for watching. We wish you a happy holiday and hope to see you soon. Now I'm a wreath maker!